I can't stop playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I was playing it like a few months ago, and I'm still playing it pretty much just as much as I was back then, and I'm still not any better. Yeah, but the last time we had a look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it was for my top 5 Nitro tracks. Well, today we are doing a top 5, but it's on the retro tracks this time. And the retro tracks are basically just tracks from previous Mario Kart games that were brought to this game. And what's really cool about these is it's very nostalgic because you see all of these old tracks that have got better graphics, and some of the time they get changed up a little bit, which is really cool. So without any further ado, let's get right into my top 5 retro tracks. I did not yet own Mario Kart 7, which is when Music Park was released. So I actually have never played this track before, so let's just throw nostalgia out the window. But nevertheless, I still love this track. So I'm pretty sure when I get Mario Kart 7, I'm going to enjoy this track as much as I do in this game. And I like this track a lot because it's very cute and pretty, and the track is really special because of a few minor things that really stand out to me. For instance, when you're riding on the piano, you can actually hear it, which is, I don't know about you, but it's the little things that count for me in these kind of tracks. And I've played this track quite a few times because one, I enjoy playing this a lot, obviously, but the other reason is because it's a rather tricky track, and I have been practicing it quite a lot because I'm not very good at it, just like every other track. I'm just not good at this game, guys. Overall, this track is very nice, and I feel like it would be further down on the list if I had already played Mario Kart 7, because, you know, let's not forget about those nostalgia points. But anyway, on to number 4. Tick-Tock Clock is a magnificent track, and unlike Music Park, I actually got to play this one on the original game that it was from, which is the DS. And I have to say that it's definitely the best track on the DS by far. It's so bright and colourful, and there's a lot to it, unlike quite a lot of the other tracks in the DS game. Okay, we're kinda getting a bit off topic now. Bring me back to 8 Deluxe. Much better. So let's focus on why the 8 Deluxe version is my 4th favourite retro track. Well, first of all, as I said at the start of the video, it's really nice to see this track with better graphics than before. And the background looks a lot better as well, because in the DS one it was kind of just a blank open space. The whole design of the track looks great as well, and for some strange reason, I don't actually mind that nothing is really changed at all. Actually, I prefer that nothing has changed because it makes it even more nostalgic. It feels like you're playing the exact same track completely. This track is fun to play, but also quite a bit challenging. But anyway, on to number 3. Let's go. Rainbow Road on the Nintendo 64 was not an amazing track at all. It was actually really boring and bland. But then Nintendo thought, how can we make this track better in a newer game? And bam! We got Rainbow Road for the Nintendo 64, but instead on the Nintendo Switch for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Wow, was this a good idea. I mean, with the updated graphics, and since the Nintendo Switch has a lot more power than the Nintendo 64, they were able to add tons of new details, and it was just a really good track, a lot better than the original, I'd say. Actually, they made this track so much better than the original that it almost feels like a completely different track, but in a good way, I guess. And since the Nintendo 64 was before my time, I don't even like it because of any nostalgia. So if I played the original, I could like this level even more, which seems incredibly impossible because, man, this is such a great track. It's so bright and colourful, and if you look underneath the track, you can see a whole city, and the lights are so beautiful. Man, I'm so impressed with this track. Anyways, enough of Rainbow Road. Let's have a look at my 2nd favourite retro track in this game. Grumble Volcano on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is really similar to the Wii version, but I loved Grumble Volcano on the Wii, and I still love it on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, mainly because of the nostalgia of all the good times I had playing Grumble Volcano, because it's such a challenging track, and yes, I'm not very good at it, but I still like it nevertheless. And really, it's a really interesting and unique track compared to all of the other ones in the whole game, really, and it's because after you go round the laps, bits of the track start to crumble. And it's not just a little bit of the track, no. It's giant chunks that have just started to melt away in the lava that's underneath them. Very crazy, and it makes the level even harder and a ton more intense. Because, really, you don't want to fall to lava, do you? I mean, who does? I'm also quite a fan of the fire snakes that hop around near the end of each lap. And I like that because they look so realistic, especially when they move around. A lot of effort was put into making them look that nice. I don't play this track that much, mainly because of how hard it is. But just to let you guys know, I do love this track a lot. But do I know what track I love even more? Well, let's have a look, because now we're on to number 1. Royal Racewheel on the Nintendo 64 seems to be the best looking track, but obviously not that great. Since this was the second Mario Kart game, it wasn't going to be incredibly amazing, especially since it's rather old now. Since this was one of the game's best tracks, they decided to bring it into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to make a good track and even better track. And it worked so well because this is the most beautiful track in the entire game, and you can count on it. It's got so much detail in it, but one of the biggest reasons why it looks so good is because you can see it in comparison to the older game. Like, look at these two. I mean, you can tell that there's been a big change in graphics. Not only is this track incredibly good looking, but it's really fun to play. Because of all the sharp turns, it keeps you on the dot, and there's no time to slack off during this track, so you'll always have to be really focused. It's some super fast fun for anybody that plays it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me some of your favourite retro tracks, and get hyped for top 5 DLC tracks, because that will be coming next week, before you know it. Just before I go, how about you watch my top 5 Nitro tracks for this game? It would make me very happy, and all you need to do is just click right here. Just do it, you know. You know. Okay, bye. You know, like, it's right there. If you're still here, and you know.